Welcome back to Chat with Madam Whipass. I just did a very succinct video about R. Kelly and the Gayle King interview. It will be airing in two parts beginning tomorrow morning on CBS. I don't know what time. I didn't realize Gayle King had her own TV show, but apparently she does. Probably had one for years. Anyway, tomorrow morning and Wednesday, two-part with R. Kelly. I just want to go ahead and show you the preview. I'm going to the screen share. The first video I just did, it got blocked, probably because the R. Kelly song, He Saved Me. My bad. I keep trying to slip some music up in this piece, but it doesn't always work in my favor. But like to see it, here it go.
Good evening, I'm Jeff Glor, and we are going to begin here tonight with an interview many have been waiting for. R. Kelly's first since being charged with sexual abuse last month. Gayle King of CBS This Morning just spoke with Kelly. The charges against the singer involved 4 women, 3 of whom were allegedly underage at the time. In an interview that just wrapped, Kelly told Gayle the accusations are lies. We have 2 clips here. Here is the first.
They are still talking about you with underage girls. Do you still sit here and say you have never been with underage girls? Can you really say that?
I sit here and say this. I had 2 cases back then that I said in the beginning of the interview that I would not talk about because of my ongoing case now.
Okay.
Okay, fair enough. But I will tell you this. People are going back to my past. Okay. That's exactly what they're doing. They're going back to the past and they're trying to add all of this stuff now to that, to make all of the stuff that's going on now feels real to people.
But the past is relevant with you with underage girls.
Absolutely no, it's not.
Why?
Because for one, I beat my case. When you beat something, you beat it.
You were acquitted.
We can't double jeopardy me like that. You can't. It's not fair. It's not fair to nobody. When you beat your case, you beat your case.
But I'm not talking about the one case in which you were acquitted. I'm talking about the other cases where women have come forward and said, R. Kelly had sex with me when I was under the age of 18. R. Kelly was abusive to me emotionally and physically and verbally. R. Kelly took me in a black room where unspeakable things happened. This is what they're saying about you. These aren't old rumors.
Not true. Whether they're old rumors, new rumors,
why would they say this about you?
Not true.
Kelly became much more emotional as Gayle continued her questioning. Here's more of that.
And correct me if I'm wrong, that you have never held anybody against their will.
I don't need to. Why would I?
Well,
how stupid would it be for R. Kelly, with all I've been through in my way past, to hold somebody, let alone 4, 5, 6, 50, you said. Why? How stupid would I be to do that?
I didn't say
that's stupid, guys. Is this camera on me?
Yes, it's on.
That's stupid. Use your common sense. Don't forget the blogs. Forget how you feel about me. Hate me if you want to, love me if you want, but just use your common sense. How stupid would it be for me to, with my crazy past and what I've been through, right now I just think I need to be a monster and hold girls against their will, chain them up in my basement and don't let them eat and don't let them out unless they need some shoes down the street from their uncle.
Robert,
stop it. Y'all quit playing. Quit playing.
Robert.
I didn't do this stuff. This is not me. I'm fighting for my life.
There is much more to this interview that will air on CBS This Morning, tomorrow, and Thursday. Gayle is on her way back from Chicago tonight. So Jerika Duncan joins us now. Unreal, Jerika, some of what we saw.
That's enough of that. If you want to see the rest of this interview, it's just this chick talking, just wrapping up the segment. No big deal. Listen, here we go. This is some weird shit that's happening. When you think about what's going on with Michael Jackson's estate and this documentary, it just seems and feels very weird to me right now. I'm one to support victims, but I'm sorry, I don't believe Wade and the other guy, you already know that. Wade and James and Safe Chuck, whatever. I don't believe them. And I have valid reasons. The only two victims I see in R. Kelly's case was Aaliyah and the 14-year-old girl in the video. Listen, we've heard all types of horrid things concerning R. Kelly since last spring. And the narrative has been he's holding girls hostage. They're brainwashed. They can't leave. They're all, all the things, the record. But 2 weeks ago, we saw them go to court. Cameras everywhere. The perfect time for them to get away. And they did nothing but turn around and go back home and wait for daddy. That man just cried from the depth of his soul. He, as he said, is fighting for his fucking life. But frankly, just like Michael Jackson, R. Kelly brought this on himself. This is nobody's fault but R. Kelly and his dick. He put himself in this position. He successfully beat trial. And now they got him again. You want to say it's double jeopardy, although it's the same girl and the same type of video with the pissing on and all of that stuff that they were doing. But in the first trial, the charges were different. He was hemmed up on child pornography charges. This time, there's no child pornography charges. It's like sexual assault charges. Same girl that denied it was her. Same girl, different tape, different charges. It's not double jeopardy. If he has not had any sexual relationships with underage girls since way back then, if all he's been doing was dealing with adult females, no matter how young adult they are, they're still an adult, I ain't got a problem with it. So when he got acquitted, the last time he came out with that song, You Saved Me, gave me a second chance. Well, let's see if you get a third chance from the Lord. Either way, according to what I read in terms of these books that these so-called victims have written, sounds like he needs some help. He need to go into therapy and address some things. It does appear that he has some sort of sexual addiction. But then again, hey, I'm not sure. Maybe he just has two girlfriends. Who knows? You can't believe none of them bitches that was in the documentary. Most of them can't even believe his ex-wife. She full of shit. So nobody knows. Other than the fact that his damn dingaling is keeping him in a world of trouble. He need to get that bad boy under control. And it probably can be done through therapy. Now, if you're one to believe everything you read, everything you hear, and none of what you see, you got a problem. If you're one who has never stood in the shoes of someone, in your own shoes rather, where someone is constantly making up stories about you, lies and everything, you'll never know what it's like. And if indeed, he's been keeping his nose clean as far as underage girls all these years, and they just digging up old shit, trying to make it stick. And now they're adding stuff to the narrative and all these chicks. You've been fucking around with too many women. That's the fucking problem. And you continue to fuck around with chicks who you knew, because I'm sure they communicated to you that they wanted to be the only one. You knew you wasn't going to make them the only one for whatever reasons you had, but you still kept fucking with them. And now they're scorned. Some of them. I think they all have a different agendas as to why they are doing what they're doing. But I don't believe none of them grown ass women. Therapy should be in your future, R. Kelly. For real, for real. Matter of fact, you need to be in therapy now to help you go through what you're about to go through. Because clearly you are having a mental fucking breakdown. Just completely lost your composure. But unless you stood in the shoes of someone where all these people are just trying to ruin you through lies, fiction, just trying to destroy you, like they're trying to destroy Michael's legacy, obliterate it off of the face of the earth. It's not really easy to deal with, at least when it's your first time experiencing such viciousness. It ain't easy to deal with when you don't have the experience. But once you get through that, and should it come around and happen again, it's a piece of cake at that point. But when shit like this is new to you, if you ain't strong enough, you will collapse. And right now, he ain't strong enough. And we only saw a snippet of that video. Just a snippet. I can't wait to see the rest. How about you? Stay tuned. I shall be watching and reporting and giving my opinion. I heard someone say earlier on somebody else's broadcast, let's not be so quick to jump on the bandwagon and bring our people down, assist in destroying their legacy. And that's what's happening here. How come Gayle King and Oprah has not interviewed Harvey Weinstein and none of his victims? Because they ain't going to fuck with the Jews, right? Oh, but they'll fuck with their own black people. Don't nobody say shit about Harvey Weinstein or none of the other ones. There was an actress that has been recruiting women for prostitution. You know, that case that took place early last year or in the spring or something. Ain't nobody interviewed her. Nobody interviewed the victims. Nobody had. It just came in social media, came in mainstream media for a couple of days and went right back out. Didn't linger on as like R. Kelly and Michael Jackson shit. When it's white people, they'll report it in a flash. Here today, the story, gone tomorrow. There's something fucking weird going on. They kept Bill Cosby in the news. Every week, there was 2, 3, 5 more women coming out telling their story against Bill Cosby. I bet you can't even remember the situation with Harvey Weinstein, and that just happened a few months ago. And not one woman, they not even looking for one woman who's accusing him of whatever. Why isn't that kept before us damn near every day in the media when it comes to the white folks? These are some of the things that I've been thinking about. And I know it's not just me. I'm starting to look at Oprah and now Gayle King with a different eye. Because with the same tenacity that they do reporting on Michael, Bill Cosby, and now R. Kelly, where's Harvey Weinstein? What about, who is that? Charlie Sheen. He's HIV fucking everybody. Why aren't you interviewing his victims? Why aren't you interviewing him? Why do their stories just be a flash in the night when it comes to the media? But they hang on to Michael. Michael been dead 10 years, and they like a fucking pit bull on his leg with this child molestation shit. They done got Bill Cosby out the way. Who's next? R. Kelly. Arr, arr. That's what the media is doing. Man, I'll still be watching just to see what's what and who's who. Woody Allen, Roman Polanski, Elvis, yes. Don't say shit about Elvis. Nah, for me at this particular point in time, with what my own eyes seen, okay? When TMZ interviewed Joycelyn Savage and the other girl, and they out in Beverly Hills, came out to California shopping for the day or whatever, that's letting you know they weren't held hostage. People say, oh, he just did that for publicity. Okay, all right. But them two chicks, Joycelyn and the other girl, Azriel, they showed up to court and turned around and went back home. So I'm starting to see that things ain't really as they seem. Things ain't going down like the narrative that has been put forth. So I'm going to sit back and watch and observe and formulate my own opinion and come to my own conclusions. In the meantime, R. Kelly needs to get a handle on his dick. Because that nigga is fucking him up. Anyway, I'm going to go now. Let's see if YouTube blocks this globally. I hope not. Peace.